All right, what's happening, everybody? All right, so this video is going to be a part 2 video. Think of it kind of like a supplement to the walk around video that I did on my Hellcat, illustrating everything that's done to it after running the 10.08 ET on 93 octane gasoline. The thing is this, there were some questions that came up after I posted that video that I wanted to address, and there's also some visuals I wanted to give you guys that, well, to be perfectly honest, made the other video practically unwatchable. But watch the first video and then come back to this one, and the two together should give you a really good idea as far as how this car is set up going down the drag strip. So let's get started on that. Want to talk first about the pulleys. Yes, stock upper pulley, but more to the point, here is the stock belt part number. Wanted to illustrate that. There were some questions about me potentially running a different pulley setup or something like that. No, this is stock pulleys, upper and lower. Now I am running a pair of TBA machine idler pulleys. I'm running those primarily because, well, they just look a lot better than the factory pulleys. They do not offer any more belt wrap or anything like that. They're both the same size. And again, factory belt. If they were bigger, I'd have to get a bigger belt. Just wanted to illustrate that for you guys. I'm also running a TBA spacer on my thermostat housing. That just helps me to quell some OCD about how close the factory radiator hose is to the idlers. Now, question had come up about meth injection. Am I running any methanol injection? Well, no, I'm not. Obviously, nothing plumbed into the JLT. Nothing plumbed or tapped into the hat. No, I'm not running any nitrous oxide or anything like that. But the questions have come up, so I figured I would show you guys. So, this is an aside. I didn't even think to mention methanol injection, but just to kind of walk you through this, no, I'm not running methanol injection. If I were, though, keep this in mind, it wouldn't have been for charge cooling. The air was really good when I ran the 1008. It was nice and chilly. So charge cooling wouldn't have been my main concern. It would have been octane and being able to recapture some timing because of the low DA. The car was getting into a table in the 10 where it just didn't have a whole lot of timing. If I had methanol injection or race gas or anything else like that, it would have made life a whole lot easier because I could have run more timing and gone quicker. The whole point of this car is to run it on 93 octane gasoline. So there you go. But no, not only does it not have methanol, I didn't even think to mention it in the last video. So hopefully that answers the question. Also, in terms of throttle bodies, that is a stock unported throttle body. So I wanted to illustrate that because, again, the question came up, well, what about ported throttle body? So I did a series of tests with a Fastman true through ported throttle body for this car. On this particular car, the Fastman did not offer up any gains. It did offer up some gains on a pulleyed red eye, but for this car, it just didn't offer up any gains. So it is a factory throttle body that is still untouched. It's not ported. So answering that question for you as well. So from here, let's go up underneath the car and we'll talk about some things, mainly some visuals that I wanted to get for you guys that I didn't quite get good enough on the last video. So let's check that out. Coming underneath the car here. So, yes, I am running the factory catalytic converters. A couple of reasons for that. One, the car came with catalytic converters, so I'm going to run the catalytic converters. But two, we just never saw a big performance gain by removing them, either at this power level or at even some slightly elevated power levels. You know, mild pulley combinations. Just didn't see any big gains with the cats off the car. So keep them on. Keep it mean, keep it green. Another question, and I'm hoping this can illustrate that, has come up is, am I running the full exhaust? Well, yeah, I'm running the full exhaust all the way down to the tips. I think the idea was, am I cheating the weight down by removing the exhaust system and maybe putting turn downs right after the cat pipe? No, I'm running full exhaust. Again, that's something that I honestly, guys, would have never thought to do to the car, but I don't know, here we are. So getting back to that pulley again, let me show you guys this. Hopefully this shows up. There is that stock lower pulley. So no rip-a-tuned, no aftermarket pulley. There's the little guy right there. Barely comes down past the oil pan. Oh, and for you guys that have asked, yes, I do run the Srt Oil Filter. That just came up the other day, so I figured I would answer that question as well. But there's that lower pulley for you. So I was showing you the stock upper, showing you the stock lower. But there you go. Hopefully, again, that gives you a visual of one of the questions that had come up. So, moving along to a tire question that I had. What actual tires am I running? Well, in this case, I was running Hoosier DBRs. And Hoosier DBRs are a radial tire. I do not run bias ply on this car. Makes the car way too wandery at the big end of the track. This car weighs 4,400 pounds and it has independent rear suspension. It has been my experience over the years, not only with this car, cars like this car, but with Vipers and with Corvettes going down the drag strip, running bias ply all the way around gets the car to a little bit of a wander at the top of the track. Add to that the fact that these cars weigh 4,400 pounds, or at least this one does, going down the drag strip. I need all the stability that I can get. So I run a radial in the rear, and yes, I run the radials up front as well. These are Mickey Thompson SRs. The SR is a high pressure tire. Max load is rated at 90 PSI. I run these at 77. Do not try to do that with a bias ply tire or any tire that is not designed to do that. But the Mickey Thompsons are, so that's why I run them at that pressure. So hopefully that answers those questions. Now I want to get you guys a visual of the rear suspension because, well, the last time I tried to get you guys a visual on that, it didn't go anywhere. I basically gave you a great shot of like the cradle. So let's do this. Hopefully this shows up well for you guys. Here, let me do this. Let me kind of wander this around here. All right, so there you can see the factory trailing arm, which would have been the first and easiest one to replace in terms of suspension components in the rear. But if y'all can see, I mean, everything else is there, stock, everything. So, and you can see that reso delete, those pipes with the reso delete. And then, yes, I'm running a performance rear diff brace. It's the older version of it. Here's that red-eye drive shaft. That isn't the part numbers, but that'll give you an idea as far as which drive shaft I'm using. Not only is it not a lightweight, it is literally the heaviest one that you can put, I think, into these cars, but they are incredibly good in terms of noise, vibration, and harshness potential issues that you may have with an aftermarket drive shaft, which I had a lot of. In this case, I don't have to worry about any of that. It's all absolutely smooth as silk, regardless of the speed that I'm going. So let me get you guys another shot back here of what's going on in the trunk. The reason why I'm showing you guys this is obviously no nitrous, no methanol bottles, no nothing like that. Not trying to hide anything. There's that Archangel 94 chassis battery, not running a Braille, running a full chassis battery. No, I am not running a mini fuel cell either. If you saw the video of me doing the fuel pump in this car, or at least the aftermath. Anyway, no, running the factory fuel tank None of that's removed, and not running a mini cell either. Hopefully that answers that question if it comes up. And with that, I think I may have answered all the questions about this car's setup and how it was when it was going down the drag strip. Between the other video that I did and this video, hopefully that gives you guys something, or a means, in fact, to be able to compare your car to mine, however you got yours set up. Again, running 93 octane Exxon gasoline from the station literally right over there. Couldn't have been happier. Absolutely stoked with the result that we got out of this car. If you got any questions, though, post them up. Be more than happy to answer them. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Y'all have a great one. Adios.